Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. Just want to say, my makeup's very dark. It's not just because I'm extra, it's because it's to do with the video that should be up next week. So that's why my makeup's so dark. I don't usually go about like a creature of the night at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's for a video. Today what we're going to be doing is the entire history of WooHoo in The Sims. Thanks very much for suggesting this in the community tab because I saw that and I was like, oh man, yeah, that's it. That's the video I had to get there. Done. I'm not gonna lie, as a good Catholic, God-fearing, Jesus-praising gal, I feel kind of awkward talking about this, and I just want to do a little disclaimer that WooHoo is a euphemism for the old razzle-dazzle, the old 1-2, the baby making thing when you get jiggy with it. Procreation in terms of religious talk. That's what WooHoo is a synonym for. Euphemism synonym. Either one. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, you probably shouldn't really be A, playing around with WooHoos anyway, and B, you probably shouldn't be watching this video. So, on your head be it. Just don't have your parents coming around and having a go at me, because I've warned you, so there you go. Although that being said, there's nothing that's really that bad in this video, but I'm not going to judge your parenting. I also want to say as well, you've always been able to WooHoo with any gender, regardless of your gender, on The Sims, which is pretty cool. I'm going to start off by talking about The Sims 1. The Sims 1 was very limited, right? It was great for its time. It was absolutely amazing for its time, but it was still limited nonetheless. So I was a child at the time of playing this, so I might not be remembering everything properly, obviously, because I had that whole innocence about me. So I might be misremembering things, but I have also researched this, so if there's anything that I've missed, it's because it hasn't been in the research and I'm too much of an innocent child. There isn't actually an option to WooHoo in The Sims 1. WooHooing wasn't a thing from the very beginning of The Sims, and it was actually just called play in bed or play in hot tub, but I am going to call it WooHoo for the ease, because I like that simple life and I'm hungover, so you know what I mean. Even so, even though there was the options to like play in bed, WooHooing wasn't a massive thing in this. Oh my good god, WooHooing wasn't a massive thing in The Sims 1 at all, and it was only introduced with expansion packs. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that you couldn't WooHoo before expansion packs. So before expansion packs, the only way to actually have a baby was to kiss someone again and again and again and again. Eventually, there would be a little pop-up sign saying, would you like to have a baby? Or something to that extent. And to be honest, that seems so unrealistic and incomplete now as a 23-year-old playing The Sims. If The Sims 4 tried to pull that stunt, I'd be like, nah.
Not today, Satan.
But when I was an 8-year-old playing this game, that was a completely reasonable and realistic way to get a baby. And in fact, I played with all of the expansion packs and I still only went for like the kissing way to have a baby. Honestly, I didn't even know that you could WooHoo in beds in The Sims 1. Oh, how the turntables. But with the addition of expansion packs as well, like I've said, they also did include more locations to WooHoo. And that includes the fibromatic heart bed. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. That was introduced in Living Large. There was the hot tub, which was introduced with The Sims on Holiday. Yes, I'm calling it The Sims on Holiday. I know it's The Sims Vacation in America, but I'm from England and we call it The Sims on Holiday in England. Like, that's what it's literally called on the box, so fight me, alright? That was aggressive, and I apologise. And also the changing booth, which was introduced in Hot Date. The Hot Date was such a good expansion pack. I don't think The Sims could get away with releasing something like Hot Date now. I think people would be like, are you taking the mick? But because there was no precedent for expansion packs, The Sims 1 just went wild because it could do whatever. And the heart-shaped bed, the vibromatic bed, is probably one of the most infamous objects to come from The Sims. Even if you haven't played The Sims 1, you will have probably seen an image of this bed. And I do always say that earlier Sims games were definitely more risky than they are now. And this is testament to that. I mean, my good god damn. The bed vibrates, right? The bed vibrates and you can pay to have it vibrate. Not only that as well, but when your Sims get in the bed when it's vibrating, they don't go in you know, the pajamas. No, they go in naked. Fully naked as the day that they were born. I just don't know where to look. I can't. And this bed was also reintroduced within The Sims 2 with Apartment Life and in The Sims 3 with, I think it's high-end loft stuff. Considering EA thinks that burglars are a little bit too out there and scary for The Sims 4, I don't think that we should be banking on getting the vibromatic bed in The Sims 4 anytime soon. Although, to be honest, are EA the most consistent? So, I don't know, we could do. It wouldn't surprise me if we did. But also, don't hold your breath, basically, is what I'm saying. So they were the first first 3 places that you could actually engage in the old razzle dazzle. And obviously there was no pregnancy in The Sims 1. It was basically you kissed. Someone said, do you want to have a baby? You said yeah, and then a crib popped up. So at least The Sims 4 built on that a little bit, you know. But there was no pregnancy or anything like that. From this we move on to The Sims 2, and The Sims 2 was revolutionary in so many ways. And I think the jump from The Sims 1 to The Sims 2 is probably the biggest jump between any of the games in its history. And that sounds really dramatic, but there's only been 4 games. But like, it's still a dramatic jump, alright? And this jump also extends to WooHoo, and that completely got revamped in The Sims 2. And it's the first time that we encounter the now infamous term, WooHoo. Great. And The Sims 2 also differentiate between 2 acts, which was WooHoo and Try for Baby. And it's great that Sims now have access to free contraception. Good for them. I love that for them. Hopefully America catches up and, you know, life can imitate art. But as well as this, there are also a multitude of places that Sims can engage and have the old frickety frack. And not all of them were included in the base game either. One of the Sims team's most favourite and most consistent things to do is with each version of the game add a different place to WooHoo. That is one of the things that they love doing, and it's been the same since The Sims 1. So from the beginning, definitely inventive with that one as well. I'll give them that, because in The Sims 2 you can WooHoo in the bed, the hot tub, the changing booth, the car, the photo booth, the elevator, the tent, the sauna, a hammock, a helicopter, and the closet. That's a lot. They also added a different form of WooHoo, which was a public WooHoo. Raunchy. Sims can even get a want to WooHoo in public, which is absolutely mad. If you don't know what wants are, they're a system kind of similar to whims from The Sims 4, but much better. They can drastically impact your Sims mood and gameplay, because instead of it being a fleeting desire like a whim is, like a whim might be to kiss your husband or something, this can be something huge, like have a public WooHoo, want to cheat on your husband, break up with your kid, want your kid to break up with your kid, oh my god, we're not in Alabama now, break up with your husband, want your kid to be brought up badly. It's really these massive things that can impact your game, and I could go into a full story about that, but that's a story for a different time. Anywho, do you get it? Like any WooHoo. No, it doesn't work actually. Scrap that. Completing a public WooHoo as well will also give you Sim a memory, something else that was in The Sims 2 and The Sims 3, but just scrapped with The Sims 4, and I loved the memories. And the act can cause people around them to act differently as well. So if you're, you know, doing the old WooHoo baby making machine thing in the changing room in a shop, people are going to come over and be like, hello, Janet? You're in a public place. Mrs. Crumplebottom will be like running through, be like, not on my watch, not in my good Christian suburbs. The addition of Trying for a Baby also introduced pregnancy into the franchise for the first time. Like I said, with The Sims 1, you couldn't get pregnant. Didn't have a bear one day, got a burn the next day. And it also started the traditional 3-day pregnancy that we all know now, with varying belly sizes that we're accustomed to today. I know a lot of you started with like The Sims 3 or The Sims 4, but just try to picture how revolutionary it was to get a new game and for your Sims to actually like grow with a belly, because you didn't even have aging in The Sims 1. So this was absolutely unbelievable. And you could have a little alien baby. No, you can have a little alien baby as well, and I loved that. That was one of my most favourite parts about playing The Sims 2. On to The Sims 3. So there's not really much that I have to say about The Sims 3, because it kind of follows the same style as The Sims 2, but it also added new places. So if you toured a rabbit hole, you could then go and have the old WooHoo in a rabbit hole, such as the military base and theatre, but also pretty much in every single conceivable place that you can imagine. If there was room in there, The Sims were adding it, and to be honest, if there wasn't room in there, The Sims was still adding it. I'm talking like literally kids' tree house, because nothing wrong with that. An igloo, a gypsy wagon, a time machine, even a sarcophagus. I don't know, just you get what you're given. So the people working on The Sims 3 must have been really raunchy, and you all need Jesus. I will say though, one of the best additions that came from The Sims 3 in terms of WooHooing is the ability to WooHoo in the shower. I'm all about an easy life. It's stressful getting all your Sims ready for the day on time. Being able to actually try for a baby whilst being in the shower, unbelievable. Absolutely game-changing, legendary. There was also the lifetime reward of fertility treatment available, which meant your Sims were much more likely to get pregnant with multiples. And they also introduced triplets into The Sims 3. I don't think that they were there in The Sims 2, but triplets were definitely there with The Sims 3. Now moving on to The Sims 4. And again, there's not that much to say. Sadly, the ability to get pregnant in the shower has gone. I know, everybody, press F to pay respects. There's still a wide variety of places to WooHoo though, including the rocket ship, coffin, a pile of leaves, a closet, and even vampires. If two vampires are both in the bat form, they can just WooHoo anywhere. Just imagine walking down the road, popping down, seeing some bats getting jiggy with it. Not today's Caleb Vitar, you get back inside because your tea's out. And WooHooing in The Sims 4 gives you a positive moodlet, but like, am I the only person who does not give a damn about moodlets? They could literally do one, never be seen again in the game, and I would not even notice. I don't feel like they impact my gameplay one single bit. I don't even view them as existing. Anyway, now that my hate train is well and truly chewing away, and I've let off some steam, where did I pluck them from? Don't know. It's time to talk about one of the biggest additions to WooHooing in the series since the ability to WooHoo. So, teens. Teens can kind of WooHoo in The Sims 4. I mean, not really, but I'm glad that it's not really. In fact, I'm really, really glad that it's not really. I appreciate the fact that they can play around, but I think anything more than that's kind of bordering on creepy. Says me, it was literally about to start a Let's Play all about a pregnant teenager. We love consistency. And I think the name of it's great too. The fact it's not called WooHooing, it's just called playing around. It kind of leaves it away from that underage thing, which it doesn't really allude to anything, and we love that because we're all family friendly content creators here. You can also WooHoo in public, but unlike previous games where Sims make a fuss over it, because you know, there's literally a time and a place. Nobody reacts to it in The Sims 4, which I think, honestly, is just a great summary of the game in general. I'm only joking. I love The Sims 4. It just needs some work. Hopefully, it just starts cocooning soon. I pray to my Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ a lot. Amen. That was the entire history of WooHooing in The Sims. I'm really enjoying this type of content. I used to just exclusively do families, but I think taking the risk and doing an actual topic has really paid off, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm still going to be covering families. I just like how broad my horizons are now. So please do leave any suggestions below of entire history of anything. Families, objects, whatever, anything that you want, and let me know. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.